Welcome to 4 Movies, where I will be discussing 4 movies that have something in common. But what they have in common, I know, but do you? If you do, save before the end of the video, because at the end of the video, I will say what it is. And this one is going to be a little tough, I would say. Yeah, a little tougher one. Not, but we're going to go through, and if you don't know what it is before I say it, it's okay. That's why I say it at the end. If it was a problem, I'd be like, you figure it out, I'm out. Credits. But I'm not doing that because we're here. Okay. First off, we're going to go with BAM! Return to House on Haunted Hill, the sequel to a remake that starred Vincent Price that I watched recently. And the black and white one is fun. It has aspects to it that are pretty cool, but I'm really glad that they made the remake because the remake was super fun. Was it Jeffrey Rush? I'm forgetting his name, but he's the guy that played Barbossa in Pirates of the Caribbean. He plays Vincent Price's part, and then Vanka Jemison, the lady that played Jean Grey in the first X-Men movies, like the Bryan Singer X-Men movies, like she plays the wife. And the dynamic between them two is in the black and white version and in the remake, and I really like how those play out. And I feel as if I'm not talking about this movie because the remake is one that's not in my collection that I would like to have in my collection, because House on Haunted Hill is super fun. This is, of course, the sequel to it. Not as good. I'm going to say right now, it's not as good, but in the low-rent horror movies that come out now, I mean, it's definitely watchable. But it's one of those things, like, at one point, you have to get the movie to watch it. So, like, am I upset that this movie's in my collection? No. I wish I had House on Haunted Hill in my collection. Not the original, but the remake. Because that one was fun. Chris Kattan in there. I thought Chris Kattan was an interesting connection there. But at the same time, like, if you see the original and then his character in that, it's a good role for him. And just as that hyperactive character. And then, like I said, this one was fun. It had like I don't know. I want to say military aspect to it, but it wasn't. It was essentially like ragtag team is coming in there to figure out what's going on. And like I said, interesting. Nonetheless, like I said, at one point it was like right now you sit there and go, everything's just a remake or a reboot. It's like, but at one point before that we had sequels, like Return to House on the Hill, and there was a sequel to a remake, ironically, but at the same time, like, we had multiples of sequels, and that's kind of like, I think, what people want. I think there's a certain level of people that want to see that continuation of a story. Like, you have a good story, you want to see the continuation of it. It's definitely not going to be as good as the original, but a unique take on a piece of, like, that's already set up is still worth watch. You know, if done correctly. Like I said, most notably, the Planet of the Apes movies. Like, those are reboots, essentially, because of the fact it takes place before the movies. And it's just so good. Like I said, they're just so good. Like, some of the best movies. Like, I will go to theaters to see it. Like, nothing can stop me from going to theaters to see that movie. It's that good. Like, even like the first 3, and then this latest one that they did out. Yeah, no, 100%. Like, that and Christopher Nolan will get me to the theater right off the bat. And like I said, I was talking to somebody because we were watching the House on Haunted Hill with Vincent Price, and it's like at a certain point, there's William Castle, and of course William Castle is like the king of the theater experience. You know, he's like one of the kings of theater experience because at the time he had like that stuff. Vincent Price has this corniness to him that's just it's great. And once it fits in, it's like it's fun to watch because of the fact that you know he's hamming it up, but at the same time it's just there's a level of joy in watching it I can't explain. But like my favorite one of his is the Tingler because in the Tingler it's this creature running around. Well, in the movie the lights go out, and it's like the lights in the movie go out, and then he's talking to the theater. He's like, "It's out there, it's in there, it's in the theater with you. If you feel it, just scream out. If you don't, it'll kill you. Just scream out if you feel it." And they put buzzers in certain chairs, so like all the lights go out. You know, it's in. You know, so good, so well played. Like they had stuff where they would have like skeletons go across the theaters. And like, ooh. Alamo Drafthouse in Austin has stuff where they, I don't know if they still have them, but they did have it when I went down there. But they have stuff like, we're gonna re-show RoboCop, and everyone can, you know, certain, you know, limited supply. But whenever the world people come in there to see the theater, see the movie, you get cap guns, so you can shoot along with the film. You know, that kind of stuff. I mean, Rocky Horror Picture Show was a big event. Like people, the experience was there. It was like the movie. That movie is one of those things where it's like that movie brought an experience. Whereas they had movies that by themselves were a movie. The movie wasn't gimmicky. But to get people in theaters, the theater had a gimmick. Like, I think Psycho, you had to sign waivers and stuff like that. I'm going to talk way too long. I'm so sorry. I know a lot of movie history. Let's go. Anyways, I'm getting way off subject, aren't I? Yes, I am. Bam! Second movie, Dead and Breakfast. Dead and Breakfast, if you haven't seen Dead and Breakfast, 100% recommend Dead and Breakfast. If you like Shaun of the Dead, you'll love this. One of the, I think, comments or reviews on it is American Shaun of the Dead. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's not a ripoff. That's what I like about it. It's not a ripoff, but it's on level. I mean, of course, I want to say Shaun of the Dead, a little cleaner. This is more or less as a splatter comedy, so there's a lot of blood and ridiculousness to it, but it doesn't take itself too seriously. I love a movie that doesn't take itself too seriously, and you can just enjoy it. Like, this has a musical number where they break, like, it has this minstrel who's basically riding through there. Like I said, it's just, you know, just a guy in a guitar, be like, "Oh, you're in the countryside now," and he would sit there and just explain what's going on with the story, and and then just kind of walk off, and then like you go back into the movie, and it's interesting and fun, and I really enjoyed it. The guy from Drew Carey's in here, and just like, if you haven't seen it, you definitely should see it. Like I said, it's splatter comedy. It's a horror movie. It's old. Like, I want to say, it's not one of those big budget movies. It's not big budget, and that's what I like about it. Like blah, and then like with the gore, with like rubber suits squirting blood. It's like, it's so good, so good, so campy and enjoyable. Whereas like, but at the same time, it's like they're in the house, they're waiting for the zombies. They're like, what are they doing? It's like, I don't know. It looks like they're dancing. It's like, coming to get you, coming to get you, you know, whatever the song is that they have in there. But it's just so fun and well worth a watch. If you haven't seen this, definitely, I highly recommend it. I believe that people have not seen enough of this. If you like horror comedy, this is where it's at. Because like this Evil Dead 2. I would say Evil Dead 2. If you loved Evil Dead 2, like Evil Dead 2, like that's your jam, this is on that level. Like, definitely check this out. I hope that brings up. I hope when I post this video, it brings up the option to have that with me in the thing right there. Like, have that as the thumbnail, because it's such a great movie and stuff like that. Like I said, I probably need to go back through my movies and make custom thumbnails. But I'm doing a video a day. I have a 9 to 5 that I work. You know, I'm working fast food, and I probably need to get a second job, honestly. And then trying to do this while having a second job will be problematic, probably. But it's one of those things where it's like, so whenever I post a video, it's like these are the 3 suggested videos. I usually go with one of the 3 suggested video thumbnail images because like I just don't have time. Like I don't have the time to do that other stuff. And it's one of those things where it's like I said, I can go on about what the trials and tribulations of the YouTube channel right now, but I'm hoping for the best, and I'm gonna keep on doing this because, like I said, I enjoy making these videos, and hopefully you enjoy watching these videos, and so we're cool, right? All right, good. Because we're on to the third video, third. Bam! Serenity. J.J. Abrams had nothing to do with this. This movie is by somebody else, and but it's so funny because you can see the blooper reel. Oh man, let me just move around real quick. Oh, I'm losing feeling in my foot. Oh, I'm sitting crisscross applesauce over here. I'm sorry. And eventually, hopefully, I'll get a desk where I can sit down in a chair and be comfortable and make more videos easier and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm recording I'm trying to record like a week's worth of videos right now, but I'm only on the first video right now. I did that other one like one day just so I could make it to my off day so I could film these. But it's all cool. It's all cool. I'm doing what I can, man. This is the career. Like this is what I want to do with my life. Is basically do all this. But you know, if people ain't watching, people ain't watching. But at the same time, I do this because I enjoy doing this. And so if not a single penny rolls in, well, like I said, it was rolling in. I was getting like 10 subscribers a day, but like I'm not anymore. But it's all cool. It's all cool. It's all cool. I'm still going to be doing this because of the fact that I love physical media and I love finding physical media and displaying it. And this is one of the ways that I get to display it and show an inventory of it. Maybe later I'll sell off my collection, but like I don't think I'm there yet. I'm not that old. But anyways, Serenity, if you haven't seen Serenity, is really good. This is basically the movie version of Firefly. Or like it's essentially like the first X-Files movie, how the first X-Files movie happened in between seasons. So it's still part of the X-Files series, but it's also a movie on its own. This is that for Firefly. If you haven't seen Firefly, Firefly is a very cool show, and it was very fun. A lot of ins and outs that were like just really fun to watch, honestly, because of the fact that how the characters vibe together. Oh, Alan Tudyk is also in this, and one of the Baldwins. And like I said, fun movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. I don't know what the guy's name is that plays the villain, like the samurai villain guy, but like he is so good. Like I see the name and I'm like, I'm probably gonna butcher that if I ever try to say that. But nonetheless, oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm just gonna here. Like I said, losing feeling in my foot. I can't do anything to undo that. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Like I said, eventually, hopefully, like I said, please thank you so much for watching. If you've watched this far, you are awesome. Like I said, I know I've been rambling on this video, but like I'm getting it done and we're doing it. Like I said, fighting the ADD so I can overcome my illness. But I enjoy doing this so much. I enjoyed talking to y'all. And oh, it already went over to the thing where I talk too much. I'm sorry. This is gonna be a long video, but we're gonna enjoy it and have fun and stuff like that. I actually enjoyed, and like I said, it's just good. It was bam. The fourth and final movie in the series, Slither. If you haven't seen Slither, this is also on the level of horror comedy, where it's one of those things where like Dead and Breakfast, I would believe, is because of the campiness to it, the gore is a little less. Like it's one of those things where it's like, this is some graphic gore. Like there's some graphic gore in here, and that's one of the downfalls of the movie. I believe is one of those things where it's like it was too gross. Like if it would have dialed back a little bit on the grossness, I think it would have been more acceptable. But at the same time, written and directed by James Gunn, and it showed that he could make a movie. He could make that movie. Like I said, the color grading's awesome. The quality of the movie is good. The story is excellent. Like I said, a little overly gory, so it doesn't have the palpability of like tamer stuff, if you would. But at the same time, it's its own thing. Its strength is in the fact that that's how far it went, you know. And so it is a fun watch. Like I said, the comedy aspect to it is there, which James Gunn applies to all of his stuff. It's one of those things where it's like the James Gunn aura is on it, and so like this was the one that showed that he could do a movie, and then they after that asked him to do Guardians of the Galaxy, which the Guardians of the Galaxy movies fantastic. Not the first one, honestly, because the first one has perhaps one of the worst villains. It's like the character is so bleh. It's like just kind of there and evil for the sake of being evil. I'm shining myself. It's like the case from Pulp Fiction. Oh, like, dude, you ever seen this movie? This movie? But anyways, Slither is a fun movie, and like I said, gory and stuff like that. There's a part where this one girl turns into the size of like a gigantic, it's like the orb in Vegas, where she's like, something's wrong with me, and like that's super fun and stuff like that. Anyways, those are the 4 movies. So the 4 movies are Return to House on Haunted Hill, Dead and Breakfast, Serenity, Slither. Do you know what these movies have in common? If you're like, nothing, you're wrong, because they do have something in common. Now, all of them in common are in my collection. And as cheap as that might sound, that's good. That's not the final one. I'm just saying that 2 of them have something in common. 2 of them have something in common. So if you were to sit there and say, no, this rename your series only 2 movies because of that. That's not what it's saying. They are all connected because they're in my collection. In my collection. They're all in my collection, so they all have something in common. I own them. And then these movies by themselves have something together. Now, Return to House on Haunted Hill and Dead and Breakfast. That's going to be the one where you're like, what do they have in common? I'm going to leave that for the end there. And so we're going to go to Serenity and Slither. Do you know what Serenity and Slither have in common? The answer? In 1, 2, 3, say it with me. Nathan Fillion. Nathan Fillion, of course, I guess in Slither is the first movie that he was with James Gunn in, and I guess that they made a connection because of the fact that after that, Nathan Fillion is in every one of James Gunn movies. Like he gets to have a part in there, and it's so cool that they got to connect because Nathan Fillion is a cool character in general. Like he just seems like a cool guy. Like the roles that he plays and stuff like that. Even if it's like Rookie or Castle, I mean he's got series and stuff like that. The man is a star in his own right. Like I said, he's got whatever level of success that he has obtained. I believe that he has obtained the level he wanted. Like I said, he's big. He's really in his own right, like really big. King of the Mid? Can we say that? King of the Mid? I think so. It's like where you have like Ryan Reynolds and The Rock. Then you'd have Nathan Fillion. Well, I guess in that middle ground, you'd The Rock, Jason Statham, and Ryan Reynolds type deal. Then you have Nathan Fillion and whoever else. And then you know, Tier of the Underground would be the ones under there where you got like I said, but yeah, Nathan Fillion, super fun. Return to House on Haunted Hill and Dead and Breakfast have Jeremy Sisto in it. If you don't know who Jeremy Sisto is, he is an actor. Booyah. He was in Clueless. He was in Unknown. He was in Hideaway. Matter of fact, he did Hideaway with Alicia Silverstone and then did Clueless. And Clueless was Alicia Silverstone. Clueless was Alicia Silverstone. Legally Blonde was Reese Witherspoon. Alright, cool. So yeah, that's the thing. Thanks so much for watching. If you watched this far, you are super mega awesome. And I want to thank you so much. Thank you. I know this is going to be a long video, but why not? Tune in tomorrow. I do a video a day. I'm an artist and physical media collector, and I will continue doing this until I get a silver play button. I'll continue posting a video a day until I get a silver play button, or if I run out of physical media to show you. But after that, I have ideas too. Like I'm planning on releasing a video of the plan so that I can show you what my thoughts are, like how far out I'm thinking here, because Right now, I think we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got like 9 pages left on this book, because if you didn't know, we're going through my physical media collection and we're going through books. That's why it's 4 movies, and it's based on them. And I don't know if longer videos are better, but at the same time, like, I was getting 10 subscribers a day, and then it just dropped off. So I was like, I don't understand why. And I looked up that the longer videos are better, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know any of that. Like the analytics stuff, I'm not an analytics. I'm not a numbers guy. I'm just not. I'm an artist. I'm doing art. I'm posting this stuff here because I enjoy the art of the movie, like of movie making and stuff like that. I would love to be a part of that. Like I could be a character actor, day actor, but I'm not in a place for that. But thanks to the internet, I can be semi that at this point. It's one of those things where it's like, hopefully, somebody's watching this video. Somebody's watching this video, right? And thank you so much for watching. Man, catch you tomorrow.